Why is prayer while fasting more valuable? Fasting is not dieting, because fasting is a complement to prayer. It is a function of a life of intimacy with God, because only love, which is a form of friendship, sanctifies man. And not simply going hungry. Since Lent is a time of penance, the Church speaks to us again, on this Friday after Ash Wednesday, about one of the main forms of Christian mortification, fasting, and the reason why so many, in this time of renunciation, make such poor use of this holy practice and end up arriving at Easter less prepared than they should, is that few know what fasting consists of. But to understand the purpose of fasting, the best way is to consider it as a complement to prayer. The reason for this is that if mere starvation were a cause of holiness, the world would already have as many saints as there are hungry people. For it is not hunger alone that sanctifies, but rather the motive and love with which one starves. Otherwise, the anedia of a Carthusian would be as holy as the diet of a worldly person. And what difference is there between the two fasts? The first, by starving for great love, displeases himself in order to be pleasing to God, while the second, by starving for petty vanity, displeases the full body in order to please itself when it is empty. And from this it is also seen that the fast that sanctifies differs from the fast of the world not only in its purpose but also in its manner, for the fast of the world, having as its end the satisfaction of oneself, depends on the strength of the one who practices it, whereas the Christian fast, having as its end the satisfaction of God, can sanctify only with the help of grace. And since God has decreed that the ordinary means by which His graces will come to us is prayer, it follows that fasting is in function of prayer and receives all its effect from prayer. Therefore, we Christians do not fast in order to be holy, but in order to become so. And since only God can make us holy, we fast in order to pray better and so that the Lord may find in our souls fewer obstacles than those which, unfortunately, we have already opposed to Him. We fast, not because we are strong, but because we are weak. Not because we are servants of God, but slaves of our whims. Not because we are full of grace, but because grace, finding us full of stomach, does not always find room for God in our hearts. May He grant that our Lenten fasting, closely united to a life of simple and humble prayer, may by His grace bear good and lasting fruits of holiness. God bless you.